What's up, y'all? It's your boy Reg B, a.k.a. Mr. Black Crown, a.k.a. Reggie Rose, a.k.a. Mr. I'm All That, Mr. Everything is Everything. Now, this is the Everyday Life Podcast. This is our second anniversary. Once again, this is our second anniversary. Who thought we would be here for this long?
I sure as hell did.
And that voice that you hear over there
I thought I'd have been quit.
is the one and only Duce Dom.
40.
40.
So,
Mr. Duce.
hold on, you just said, you said you Mr. Who, what?
Don't worry about that.
Mr. Nigga, what?
Don't worry about that. Worry about yourself.
No, I'm asking you.
I'm asking you. What that $40 do?
What the $40 at?
No, what the $40 do?
Oh, it do a lot for me.
All right, cool.
I don't know what to do for everybody else.
Right.
But $40 entertainment is definitely
It's definitely in the building.
It's definitely lucrative.
Okay.
If I do say so myself. Play on words.
Wordplay.
Play on words.
Okay.
Don't let that go over your head.
All right. We are back, y'all, full effect. Now, before we get into anything, get into proceedings, Duce, you want to take care of some house business?
What's house business?
Our lovely sponsors.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my brothers and sisters over there at Cushion Tonics, man. Keeping us drunk as high as fuck, man. You know what I mean? Cushion Tonics, man. They make the best cannabis-infused drinks in New York City. My favorite, which is the Duce Sweet Tea, a.k.a. Snatch That Soul, baby. What's the name of the one you be drinking?
Ass eater.
Well, no. What is in it?
I don't even remember. What is it? Duce.
No,
it's Henny
Duce is
infused.
Snatch They Soul.
I got the Henny lemonade.
No, not the Henny. Yeah, Henny mango? Henny
mango lemonade, yeah.
The ass eater.
That's, like I said, man.
You don't know what you like to do with that booty hole.
Yeah.
She bought that PS5 yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
it's
you
in the
ain't
works,
sucking enough booty hole.
It's in the works.
What's going on with you? You supposed to been have that.
What do you want? How much ass you want me to eat, man?
A lot.
You want to call me the ass?
But anyway,
man?
listen, man.
Listen,
Just DM them and say, Duce and Red sent you. Go to their IG page, Cushion Tonics, KUSH. TONICS.
And before
Yes,
you
indeed.
do all that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're on all platforms streaming. We're also on our YouTube. We are getting our weight up. We got new content all the time coming out. New videos, new snippets, and the merch is coming. Cameraman, make sure you check out the new merch on my body. You see it? See it? See it? Do you see that?
Oh, the drip.
Drip. Woo, something light. You be out here. Also to check out.
Once again, Reg got on the new shit. What does Duce have on? H&M men's department.
That's your fault, brother.
See what I'm saying?
You know the plug.
I don't know when nothing come out.
You know the plug. You know how to ask.
People, let me tell y'all something. I don't have to, first of all, I got one pair of shorts on my tab, right? And just because I ain't paid for them shorts yet, this nigga ain't tell me about nothing else that came out. He gave me these shorts in August. It's now February. I did not get one new pair of clothing from this man, all because I didn't pay for one pair of shorts. I have a tab for a reason. I'm not going anywhere. I fucking work with you. And you mean to tell me I can't get a crew neck and put it on the freaking tab? But let's move on. That's enough of that's my Duce rant for the day.
You sound salty. You should
You
be
know
out
what I'm saying?
there.
I should be salty because
because
my motherfucking friend who has a clothing line of his own can't, you know what? Forget it. Nope,
it be
forget
your
it.
own
You ain't gonna get that out of
peoples.
me today. Nope.
It be your own people.
It be your own people. You know
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen.
Look, I'm saying my last words now. It be your own people.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you
your
want to
own
check
people.
out whatever Reg is wearing, do check out our website. It's www.blackcrownlyfe.com. They have everything that's from t-shirts, sweatsuits, crew necks, hoodies, swimsuits. Everything is on that site. Make sure you check it out. I brought some lovely stuff for display today to show y'all what's coming out and what's on the website. When you watch the YouTube video, check it out and see. Now,
Did you tell them about that $500 shirt you got on there?
it's still there. That's the secret code. Now, without further ado, I'm here with a beautiful young lady. When I met her, she was full of ambition. She was bright-eyed, still bushy tail, wink. She was ambitious, to say the least. She took a leap of faith. She was like, yo, I'm getting up out of here, and I'm going to do my thing. I said, what's that? She said, well, I want to do real estate, and I'm studying to be a real estate agent. And I told her, I'm like, you know what, sweetheart? Do your thing. It's your life. Live it how you see it and chase your dreams. Fast forward a few years later, this lady is doing her thing, and she's crushing it, and she's out there helping others and giving them advices and making sure people are comfortable and finding affordable housing. I'm here to introduce Karis Belfon, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. What is that? Oh,
We got to get a round of applause, soundbite, button, thingamajigger.
That
Word.
was great. Thank you.
Now,
Hi, everyone.
speaking to the mic. Don't be scared. Speaking to the mic. We here now.
Okay, all right. You know, I try to do this in my office, you know.
Lean back, just do like that.
Okay, all right.
Don't be scared. Don't be
Fancy
scared.
studio vibes.
Yes,
We ain't gonna
it's
bite.
so different from the office because I'm always holding my phone and it's so many. I'm like, oh, I rolled my eyes, I did this. It's really a lot of work. So thank you guys for having me.
Check that out. Shameless plug. Got the office now.
Yes, I have an office.
So now, take us back to how you got started and what made you want to get into real estate.
Well, wait a minute. What happened to Duce? How you feeling? You know what? Nobody cares. It's okay. Move on.
We care.
Move on. It's all right. It's all good, baby. It's all good. It's all good. It's one of them days. It's cool.
Someone-
Nigga wait for the anniversary to shit on me though. Heard you. All
It's
right.
a long time coming, man.
Hey, heard you.
We warming up.
Everybody got everybody.
Warming up.
It's everybody's turn. I guess it's kick Duce in the dick day, huh? Heard you. I'm with it. It's cool. It's bad. I'm here. I'm chilling.
You got your cup on?
I'm gonna be quiet.
You got your cup on or no?
I'm gonna be quiet.
Dude, say how you feeling, brother?
Not that anybody cares.
We
I care. We care.
I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. Shout out to my little sister Jessica, who's finally able to have her wedding. It was postponed due to COVID.
Okay.
And she finally gets to have her wedding, the wedding of her dreams in April. And she hit me last night to make sure I RSVP'd. I didn't, and that's basically my grumpy old man chronicle of the week, man. RSVPing for weddings. That shit is fucking stupid, especially for immediate family. Like, I'm your brother. You know I'm fucking coming. Now I gotta fucking remember to put the shit in my pocket, find the mailbox, because you know the mailbox, Trump took the mailboxes out, so you can't find one no more. So it's like RSVP. She's like, brother, did you RSVP for the? I'm your fucking brother. It doesn't matter. It has to go to the wedding planner. Then tell the fucking wedding planner I'm coming in. What the fuck? Just tell them to put your brother at table 3. I don't give a fuck. Now I gotta I put a stamp on it with your lazy ass. Okay, cool. You met me halfway. Now I gotta remember to put the shit in my pocket, find the mailbox, put the shit in the mailbox. Fuck around, take it with me, go do running errands and shit, and go back in the house and forget I had this little ass fucking envelope in my pocket. Well, yeah, that's my grumpy old man take of the week, man. RSVPing for weddings.
Now I do understand why you wanted me to ask you how you feeling. You had a lot of things to get off your chest.
Man, I hate that shit. Like,
you had something to get off your chest.
Why does immediate family have to RSVP for a wedding? You my fucking sister. You know I'm coming. I can see you doing that shit. I can see you asking me to RSVP for your wedding. You know why? Because you succumb to pressures of the woman. But that's a different conversation for a different time. Okay. But I can see you doing it.
Let's kick Reggie in the nuts now.
It's true.
We playing hacky sacky now. That's what we doing?
It's true.
Or we just gonna kick the can down the road?
My dick got caught in the seesaw already. Now it's your turn.
Wow.
But you do succumb to pressures of the woman. So I can see you calling me to my dude. Can you send the RSVP card back, please? Mind you, I work with you. I'm one of your best friends in the fucking whole wide world. We work together, and you'll still make me RSVP. You know I'm fucking coming. Like,
so you think you're my best friend?
Come on. No, I don't know. I said I'm one of your best friends in the entire fucking world.
I know that for a fact.
I know that for a fucking fact. I know that for a fact. You ain't even got that. Come on, man.
Listen, man. You know what?
That was cool. I like that.
Come on, man.
I do understand where you're coming from because my brother's having a baby. And my mother was like,
Mazel, congratulations. Was the other brother?
Yeah, my younger brother. Oh. So she's
How many of y'all is it?
It's 5 of us.
Man, I'm Guyanese families, boy. It's big ass families, boy.
Yeah.
Black women be like, I'm a boy and a girl and I'm done.
So she tells me, well, did you see your brother's baby shower invitation? I said, yeah. She was like, do you want a copy? I said, why do I want a copy?
What do I need that for?
I was like, so you know, I said, I just put it in my phone. That's my brother. I'm there. Like, I don't need all that. I don't need that. Like, those formalities are not for me. It's for somebody else that, you might talk to once in a blue and all that other stuff. We are in a group chat. So I seen the making of the damn flyer.
Oh, y'all got a sibling group chat?
Yes, we do.
Oh, it must be nice, man. I don't talk to my sister.
Listen, man, it's unity, baby. That's all I can tell you. So
nobody talk to me but y'all.
I was like, Ma, no, I don't need it, but I get it. And, we move on from there. But thank you for sharing, brother. We are here
but nobody,
to console you and, deal with you and help you in your therapy.
Don't nobody talk to me with y'all. And my mama, ever since TV came back on, ever since Snowfall came back on, now she won't talk to me. Son, what you think gonna happen? What you think gonna happen?
So what are you getting to?
I like shows like Ozark.
Oh, beautiful. Ozark got a date. Ozark finally got a date.
Okay.
For the final season. I think it's coming on, I think it's April.
Yes.
Nice.
Because Money Heist come back on April 3rd.
Oh, word.
Yes.
Nice.
The final season. And I know what's going to happen with that, too. We got to have a breakdown.
Okay.
But I already predicted the ending. I know how it's going to happen.
All right. We'll talk about
But
that.
Ozark, what else?
Grey's Anatomy.
Beautiful. My favorite show in the world.
Yes. What else? I like Married at First Sight. The marriage stuff.
Like 90 Day Fiancé and all that?
90 Day Fiancé.
So you looking for love?
I heard the Africans be getting off on 90 Day Fiancé.
You found love?
Yes.
You married?
I'm not married.
You engaged?
I'm not engaged.
You entangled?
Yet.
Wait.
Entangled yet or what?
No.
Wait, what?
No, it's
in
not serious
love.
until she buy a P5. That's when it's serious.
Did you buy him the PS5?
He's not into that.
He not in the games?
That's a good man. Salute to him.
No.
Salute to him.
No, gamers are lit.
No, they're okay. Now, Dulce, now that we've finished with you, can we get into our guests?
Yeah, we act like we not. You act like we're not the Rude Boys. This is what we do.
What?
We're the Rude Boys. We introduce people 15 minutes in.
Yes.
And then we want to know what the hell you got going on 15 minutes before we about to go off.
Right.
So yeah,
In between that, we cut you off.
yeah,
We overtalk
In between that, yeah, we tell you. You know what I'm saying?
It's all over the place. But real estate.
Yes, real estate. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about it.
Now, yeah, let's talk about it. But I don't want you to talk about it to him. And what I mean to him, what I mean about it to him is college educated, knows a little bit about the business, just need a couple of your gems like to get started and like to get over the hump and achieve his goals. I need you to talk to people like me. Hood dummies, got enough school just to get over, not really have a vested interest into it. And when we hear people like him talk about it, is, oh, that's what's up, my nigga, do your thing. Yeah, I see you, boy. Haha, yeah. Talk to people like us. People that want to be sold on trying to get into it or want to like have some knowledge of it.
Talk to me.
Okay.
Yeah, talk to me.
Got the gist.
Yeah. Dumb it down for him, please.
Yeah, there you go.
Dumb it
Real
down.
estate for dummies.
I mean, if you follow, I don't want to say.
Or for dumbass niggas.
Oh Lord.
That's the name of the show. Real estate for dumbass niggas.
Okay. So you want me to?
And
Go ahead,
I'm
start.
dumbass niggas.
Start. No,
How I got into real estate.
Yeah.
So there's different scenarios. Okay, so the first I can say, well, I went to Howard University and I lived in Washington, D.C. And my mom would always tell me, you know, it seems like you like it out there, you know, you're always there. You're not like visiting as much anymore. How about you search around and look at property? And I'm like, I don't know if I want to stay here like that, right? So then she sent me articles about real estate, passing the test, and things like that. And she will mail it to me. So I'm like, I know this is serious. But I really didn't get into it. So a few months forward, I have a friend that moves frequently because most of the time I was living at home with my parents. So like to have an apartment, your own apartment and already established at 26, 25, 26, is not that common. So I was like, hey, you're looking for an apartment. How do you go about the process? She said she knows a guy and she's trying to find a new apartment right at that moment. So I'm like, okay, where is he? She was like, oh, he's in Paris. I'm like, Paris? He has it allows him to go to these places, you know. And one day she was moving. I was helping her and I did bump into him. He was just making sure the apartment was cool and everything that she was moving into. And, he picked my brain. He was like, you're in D.C., I'll send you some articles. He did the same thing when I went back home, sent me stuff. And he's like, when you move back to New York, take the test. When you pass it, call me. Right? So he kind of knew. So shout out to Omar. He has his own office as well. And I passed the test. I moved back. I did and I called him and he said, all right, cool. So he drove me up and down Flatbush all the way from like the junction all the way to downtown. And just I popped into real estate offices, introduced myself, handed my business. Well, I didn't have a business card, but gave my contact information. I took their business cards, and I set up an appointment with Halstead Property, and I got the interview, and I started with Halstead. So while I was at Halstead,
okay,
I met you. I was working.
Right.
We were working at the same place, and then I was teaching Zumba. Mm-hmm. And I went back to Brooklyn College to get my master's.
Okay.
So I was doing all that, and then while I was at the office, I would always get people, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. And I'm like, I don't have those listings. I'm in downtown Brooklyn. It starts $4,000, and above. Like, you got to have that wiggle room. So I went on Craigslist and I started calling agents. And this one agent called me. He invited me to the office. And it was history after that. So a lot of input, a lot of information, reading about it, and just taking that. I had that little cushion because I had a job. I was in fitness, so I was like, okay, I can jump out into real estate because I kind of manage my money where I can still be okay because I'm working at the gym and I have another job. So then I transitioned out of the job and started my journey in real estate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how does one get into the real estate business, though?
Well, first things first, you have to know yourself. Like, are you the type of person that likes to help people and meet people? Have you ever sold anything before? Like, just have those characteristics that you really wanted, because it takes a certain personality to try it and to stick with it.
Okay.
So then you take the test, and the test is $15. It's really cheap. Yes, they give it in.
And the city out here charging niggas $199 to take the school safe.
No, that's the school. That's class.
It's just getting your driver's license.
Oh,
so you
okay.
got to take the hours, and that goes by the school. If you want to be in the comfort of your home, or you actually want to go in a classroom, but now with this COVID, you got to do it, from Zoom and stuff like that, or online. And you pass the test, and then what the school does, they invite brokers to come in and kind of pitch their office to new people that are looking to join an office. So it's not like, okay, you pass the test and then you're out. No, you kind of have 4 or 5 agents or brokers come into the classroom and just pick. You kind of fill them out. And also, before you take your test, you go visit some of the offices. And you try to feel if, you feel comfortable, or, like it's a good distance from your house, or, things like that. So, and then you're a licensed real estate salesperson.
Right. Keyword, salesperson.
Salesperson.
Because there's tiers in the real estate game, and that's the salesperson is more so the entry level into the game, correct?
Yes.
And what do you call it? That's retail real estate, right? So you're just basically the conduit, bringing other people in.
Yeah.
It's like being a paralegal.
Yeah.
Well, it's like being an intern.
Right.
A paid intern. A well-paid intern.
Oh, okay. Oh, you talking about money.
Well, that's, you got to be.
Oh, if somebody puts well in front of paid, yeah. Money. Money fucking money. You know what I mean?
I'm just clarifying it for the people out there.
Gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are there like shitty real estate people? Are there like people that can't sell a goddamn thing?
No.
So everybody gets off somehow, some way.
Yes.
Does skill require you to sell some, or people like, yo, fuck who you are, I want this place, or I want this house?
Yeah, there's people like that. There's all kinds of people. Like, deals fall on your lap. You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I've gotten deals where I didn't have to show the place. I didn't have to actually get out of bed or my apartment or stop doing anything. Like, and you just work from your phone anywhere. There are some deals where, I don't like the attitude of another agent. I want to go with you. Like, and you didn't even do anything. Like, and you're like, oh, okay, wow, I got those kind of deals. You get deals where people are just frustrated about their house and you're just like, you know what, I'm ready to sell it. So you get those kind of gems, like treats. But it only comes when you work hard. You have to work every day, you know? So, but it's different kinds of working. It's not like, oh, I'm at the desk, and it's different. It's a way you have to see the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you've been doing real estate for quite some time. So
yes.
You've seen the I guess the infiltration of gentrification. How does the market treat you in terms of that? Are you like, you know what, forget the people, let's move this, let me get you in there, or are you taken back with your own feelings, or what's your take on that?
Oh, well, okay. So that's a complex. Gentrification, to me, is putting people where they can afford, you know, and so you may see the outside looking in, you may see, okay, my shops are no longer, my blocks are looking like Manhattan now, or, you know, my streets, like now, there's every nook and cranny, because you know how Manhattan is, every space they have some type of business, even, you know, so you start to see that change. The way I look at the year, the first 6 months are for the buildings. The buildings, rentals are for people that can afford the market value rents. They're coming in from Manhattan. So people that's paying $3,000 for a studio can come to Prospect Park and pay $1,900 for a studio. It's a money term. It's money.
So it's like being a big fish in a small pond.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like, it's not, a lot of people who contact me are like, you know, they're starting off, or they're just, I can relate more to them. They're looking for studios that are like 900, the old Brooklyn. 900,
Them days is over.
It's like,
but Harlem is the same way. Harlem is the same exact way. Like there are people that pay like $2,200 for boxes on 72nd Street and 72nd Street and Park Avenue South. A box, Reg. Like when I worked for Fresh Direct and I used to bring these people their groceries, like put it in my kitchen. Her kitchen on her toilet is right here. Lady paid $2,200. So now they see the vision. They coming up where we at. We paying $1,200 for 3-bedroom. What? Oh, now we want in.
Space.
We want in, and we got the money right now.
Right.
And then 5 of them is in our building. Now guess what? Rent going up.
Yeah. They sent you a letter?
Huh?
They sent you the letter yet?
Oh no, not me. Yo, by the grace of God, I'm in the low income. I should go up $8 every 2 years.
Oh, you lucky
no,
dog.
But no. But eventually you got to move because you'll need big space. Daughter getting older, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I got to move eventually.
Right.
But when the time comes, oh my God, this podcast bag got to come quick, man. Quick, I'm gonna be out here selling dick. Oh my God.
Yes.
Who I need this bag more than others. But go ahead, carry on.
So another thing that I would also kind of talk about is people are very attached to where they are. So where you can have a whole house or a building, no one wants to move over there. You know, like you don't want, Texas is cool. Atlanta, you get more space, you know, but all the jobs and the energy that you need is here in New York. So you have, so you have that friction of, okay, a landlord who's had his property for 30 years. Yeah. He's seeing how much his apartments can go for. He's not thinking about, okay, let me keep it at $1,200. Let me get the maximum for my money. Right. You know, I've dealt with the landlord-tenant courts. I've dealt with non-paying tenants. I've dealt with pests. I dealt with property taxes, So after a while, they're looking like, I just want top dollar. Okay. If I don't get top dollar, I'm just leaving it alone. All right. Because they are so exhausted from dealing with a lot. So you got to pay to play. So you have someone from the city saying, hey, I'll give you $2,000. And they're like, well, I used to get $900. Do it. So then you have bidding wars of people who want it. So now old Brooklyn is like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's
getting a little white outside.
What I think, it doesn't have to be.
Get a little white outside.
You trying to say it's snowing in August?
No.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's the majority.
It doesn't have. No, because I have clients that are just
uppity blacks.
They're working professional people.
Uppity blacks.
And they can afford it.
Hey, uppity blacks. For lack of a better term.
They melanated, that's all.
No, but okay, let me do this.
I have an office, and I am the broker for the building, right? Mm-hmm. And my clients that's coming from Manhattan, they look like you and I. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and then I can understand because I went to HBCU, I went to Medgar Evers College. Mm-hmm. We pay to run businesses and be in areas and be in offices and, part of the table so that when we go, get hired for these big companies, we can, negotiate a
fair amount of
salary,
Gotcha.
and then you off to the races.
Right.
So that's education is so important. That I just want to say that if you guys could take a class or finish a degree, like education just takes you to another level. So you may think you see one, but it's...
Oh, I know what I mean.
Okay.
I see. No. I see our people as well. Let me not get. Let me not get into the pro-black rant like these crackers is coming uptown. And I don't want to be that guy. But I see majority of them, and a lot of them like availability, like location-wise. Like, oh, you have a corner store in the laundromat right here across the street from me. Bet, let me get that. Oh, the supermarket is right here. The cleaners is right here.
Yeah.
Really? Bet. The dog groomer is down the street. They love that shit. Oh, the school system is. Oh my God. Like that's the shit. They don't care if the projects is right smack dab in the middle of the ghetto. They looking at, you guys have a soul food.
Money don't care where the project is at. Money goes anywhere.
They're coming from uptown where someone's doing that.
Right.
Or they have to go far, or they have to pay a delivery fee to pick up their laundry, take it to the cleaners. Like, it's another cost of living in the city. So when they come here and they're like, wow, everything's right here, I don't have to do anything.
They get back.
Sign me up.
I'm paying what I need to pay.
Yeah.
As long as it's not that as much.
Right. The ends justify the means. I get it.
I know. You guys have. There's a park right. Sally, there's a park down the way.
Sally.
It's a park right here.
Yeah.
They love that location. I seen the dude pick up his homeboy went to go pick up his laundry. He didn't even have no shopper cart. He was just so happy. He was right across the street. Bet. So you let
You
her
pay for that luxury.
The groomer is right there next to the Spanish spot. I can get food and take the dog to get a haircut. That's what they love, yo. I see.
What is this? Roast pork and rice and beans?
I can get pernil while Daisy's at the groomers.
There's a Prospect Park. There's a park right there.
Right.
There's a zoo. There's, so location is always important.
Renaming all our parks and shit. It ain't 45th Park no more. Guess what it is?
What?
It's what's it, Lennox Playground, some shit like that.
This playground?
Yeah. They be stopping by the gate watching the basketball game and shit.
Yeah.
They be, excuse me, can I get a better view? Excuse me, I would like to go. They ain't scared of the play.
Those guys do sure know how to hoop.
Yeah.
They're real athletic.
They sit out. They sit outside and play chess with the OGs. Everything.
Yeah.
They sit outside, watch the Spades game. Who's winning?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Nobody's won. Nobody's winning.
But I've seen that. So, what I want to know is, do you only focus on apartments or do you also deal with homes?
So rentals, yes, I do specialize in rentals.
So you're a rental specialist?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what about homes?
Homes I'm getting into, I do have 2 listings.
Yeah.
One in the Bronx. I have a 3-family with a finished basement for $800,000.
Where is it at?
It's on East 178th Street. It's 578 East 178th.
178th for what?
That's by the Bronx. That's what, Highbridge, or that's right next to Yankee Stadium?
No, East 178th Street is the Bronx.
Well, yeah.
Might be Highbridge.
The Bronx, and I also have a listing in Queens, which is a 2-family with a finished basement for $665,000, which is really
what you got price. For $800? Nothing.
You know what? You never know. Okay.
So are you the exclusive agent for these properties, or?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I know I'm big on ownership. I'm big on home ownership and everything like that. So recently, I was with a team of dudes, and we sat down and we were trying to acquire a building. And it was 3 floors, six apartments. You could say it's a semi-finished basement.
Okay.
They were asking for $1.4 million, and then they went down to just $1 million. And then it got a little bit not confusing, but you started to see the other side, what they don't tell you about, where they were talking about the cap and how much you might be able to make, and then the building itself was rent stabilized.
Okay. Yes.
So it kind of like slowed us up a little bit because we wanted to educate ourselves on that. Are you a little bit versed in that? Where, all right, so like, because I think the main thing that we were looking at was like, New York City doesn't have high taxes, and when it comes to real estate tax, they have taxes all around, but they don't have high taxes. Everything outside of the 5 boroughs, especially Long Island, taxes are outrageous. Expensive. So we, and even in New York City. what I know for a fact off of first-hand experience is dealing with tenants. New York City is one of the most pro-tenant places you could ever find. I've literally been in court with people 2-3 years. They didn't pay their rent, and you can't say nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? And it opened my eyes to stuff, because when I was in school or whatever down south, rent is due on the 1st. You got till the 5th. And they do a pre-measure by, they send you a letter on the 4th telling you got
well, after the 5th is a late fee, ain't it?
No. After the 5th is like, yo, nigga, you getting evicted.
And that's what houses?
Yes. Apartments.
Apartments,
it don't matter. No. When you sign that lease, it gives you the bylaws, it gives you the stipulations, there's quiet hours and all that other stuff.
Bro, I've been backed up on the rent before. All they do is charge me the very next month with the rent fee attached to it.
That's in New York.
That's in New York.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm
not familiar with nowhere else.
Right, but you gotta let me finish What I'm getting to is out of town, out of state, in most of these Commonwealth states or whatever like that, they are pro landlord. They are pro homeowners, where they will kick you out. New York City doesn't kick you out because they don't want a quote unquote homeless problem. So they would, they would prolong your process until you get out. So that was, in my story, that was one of the situations where we sat down and we was like, bro, this shit is rent stabilized. We paying $1 million for something that this family had for so long. They done made enough money off of it. This is just a bonus on top of what they got to go through. How are we as investors going to make back that $1 million if these tenants do decide, like, you know what, y'all are new, we not messing with y'all. And the thing is, they were telling us that the building, the property managers with the previous owners, they were having, or the current owners, they were having, like, they didn't see eye to eye. How do you not see eye to eye with your property manager? Is weird, because they're working for you. But, that was one of the problems that caused us to balk on the deal. And they still send us, like, updates and emails, like, you can, still get in if you want. But we're a little bit more hesitant. And people that's listening out there, let them know of the pros and cons of the real estate business. And, I
don't like that smart. I don't like that.
That's like, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Well, there is a lot of information when it comes to getting a group of people and wanting to purchase something. It's so, I hear a lot of people, I want to buy, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to buy a building. Everybody does. We all are trying to get there. But it takes time and patience.
And understanding.
Reg. Living within your means. Like,
Reg.
You have to.
Why are you saying Reg?
Because you wanted to buy a building with us. Now I'm hearing a story about you got new friends. And you niggas is buying the building for $1 million. What y'all tell niggas this shit? Niggas ain't gonna like this.
You see?
But go ahead. Carry on. Because, it didn't take no. He said, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going with, and I would like to talk about that too. What it takes to build an investment group. I really want to get into that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I really want to get in. I really want.
Make sure you're not out of frame though.
No, but I don't. No, I'm in the shop. I'm in the shop. But glad to know we ain't going into business with you.
And before we go any further, this episode is sponsored by Black Crown Life Clothing. Make sure you check them out. www.black, L-Y-F-E, Crown Life Clothing. Make sure you check us out.
Yes.
Continue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would say you have to interview your partners, right? How much do you know? What do you want to do? How much money do you have saved? How's your credit? Where's your money coming in for? Like, what is your goals? Like, what do you want to do when you want to have a partnership with me? And keep it small. As much as we want to 10 people in one room and just everybody put $2,000 in, like, as much as we want that, it doesn't really work as your first investment. I would say start with one other person and just acquire a 4-family or a 2-family or a 3-family, and just understand how to interact with tenants, the maintenance of the building, how much money you have to put down. It's much smaller and manageable. Okay, I only need 2 floors to pay the mortgage and the taxes, So then one floor you can start to see, okay, I'm going to start upgrading. You need someone your partners have to be patient in understanding that, because everyone wants to rush and throw money, but no one has time to read textbooks of real estate.
Right.
Because
Due diligence.
Right. It takes in real estate every 2 days are not the same, so everything is constantly changing. So yeah, just keep it small. There are different kinds of buildings. There are the rent control where you can't you can't go up, and the rent is fixed.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
I
it
think
is.
that's what killed the deal.
That could be rent control. Like it doesn't. A lot of rent control places are not. They just stay there. Like it's for generations. Whatever's going. It's
And those are the buildings to stay away from, in your opinion.
You
it
gotta.
makes sense. You wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to rent, or you won't be able to get like your $3,000 studio rent.
Right.
You won't ever. Not now.
Right, because you also got to look at the history of the tenants that's there. And what we've seen was everything was up to code. They paid off all their violations and stuff like that. But when you get down to it, the neighborhood is up and coming. And it's more coming than up. But I get why this building is there. And I went on the roof. We inspected the roof. We checked out the roof. We did we didn't get to a full inspection. But my brother put me on. He was like, yo, listen, check this building out. Tell me what you think. And then we're going to proceed. They had an old boiler system that was working with oil and gas. Now that's a problem.
Yes.
The conversion to that is another problem, right?
What's the wave? Electric stove?
No. It's funny. The oil to wash your body, the water was being heated by oil, and then to cook your food was being used with gas. So now that's a conversion problem also, because the boiler itself, it was service, but it wasn't top of the line. So it was service for them, but you don't know in the long run what's going to happen when you run into it 5 years down the line.
Shit start breaking down.
Right.
And then
So
you have to pay for oil. And
Right.
You have to pay for that conversion.
right, and that was the big thing. And then they were saying that the market cap and all this other stuff. So we were like, it looked good for the price, like because right now where I live in Brownsville, there's houses going as high as 1.8 million. There's a guy on my block. To this day, he bought a crib for 1.4, turned around, and he's gutting it out right now because his wife said she don't like the backsplash. But the 1.4, I mean, the house is already gutted out already. It was a brand new. He basically bought a brand new house to gut it out again. So he got money. Shout out to
all because his wife ain't like something?
his wife ain't like
Living there?
No, he's not. That's the mind-boggling thing where me and because all the blocks it's like a tale of, it's not a tale of two cities really, but most of the blocks, most of the houses on the other side of the block, across the street, 1.4, 1.6, 1.2, all that's other crazy numbers. On this side, nobody really selling because it's all like you're not gonna get that much. You might get 800s or 900s, and we're like, why would you buy a house for 1.4, turn around, and then gut it out? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say gut it out, the house is immaculate. It came as immaculate because the person bought it already. Because you could always check this stuff up on these sites, but I'm gonna let you talk about those sites that people could look at for houses and apartments. And we seen it. It was like, okay, 1.4. And all of a sudden, boom, homie. He introduced himself to us. We was cool or whatever. He was like, yeah, I bought the crib. I do this, I do that. I don't really like the door though. It was a glass door, but it was reflective. We looked it up. The house looked good. They gave them central air, the whole 9 yards, air ducts, everything. So he was like, okay. But he never moved in. He would come, go. Come and go, come and go. And then this week, he just started, he pulled up a demolition truck and they started demoing the crib.
A $1.4 million crib.
And we like, damn. Like,
Shit.
why? But, it's crazy because you think in Brownsville you won't see a house selling for 1.4. 1.1.
But why? Because you hear the word Brownsville and just
Yes.
I don't know. Brownsville got some expensive spots.
Yes, they
Let me tell you
do.
something. Harlem, they building
It's not
condos
what
on
it
top of
is.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's not what it is. It is what it will be.
The name of the game is potential, ladies and
Okay?
gentlemen. Potential. So,
What
Harlem,
it is now,
they don't
it
give
ain't
a
gonna be like that
Yeah.
for the next,
yeah. But I got what advice would you give somebody like Dulce, who's always looking to I guess live in a better situation and learn?
Oh, good. That's a good question.
What would you tell him in order to look for what are the do's and don'ts in looking for an apartment and then we could come around to what you need and qualifications and for
I know what you need.
I
know what you need. Yeah.
You got it, don't you?
Okay, so what you need is a positive attitude. You know, you need a positive attitude. You need to understand that no one's just gonna give you something because you want it. You know, people will call me. Look, my situation is I'm in a room and I want my own. I'm tired of living with roommates or family members. I need my own space. I'm like, okay, that's what we have to do. We need to just, try different things and move out and be independent. Okay, so what's your credit score? What's your income? And they'll say, oh, I make about 35, 40 or 40 to 50,000. And my credit score is 490, 563 or 490 or 563, one of those numbers, right? It's really low. So the first thing I think about is, well, your cost of living has been dirt cheap, low, right? You don't really have it's your first time moving, so you don't really have a rent history. You don't have rent receipts. You don't have a utility bill. You don't really have a lot of these demands that come in every 3.5 weeks.
And you ain't got no credit because you just coming from the street.
And you don't have no credit because what did you need to do that for, right? So my thing is, okay, you should at least have moving costs. You have money to save. You want to move. You got to have money to move. They don't have. Most people
they don't be having the security in the first month.
No, they're not financially prepared. Okay, cool. Do you have your credit score? Well, you do have a credit score, but it's low. So since you've been working, what have you been doing with your money? Since if I'm home or I have my roommate situation, my objective once I come out, I have to have A1 credit score and I have to have at least $5,000 to move. So what have you? So the landlord or the agent or the broker is gonna think what your cost of living has been low and you're not prepared to live on your own. If you can't manage your room and your phone bill, your basic stuff, how are you going to manage a $1,700 apartment or an $1,100 apartment? You have to act like you already have it. You have to move that way. Okay, you want to move out, your credit is low, take 3 months and work on your credit. So now you have a goal at the end of the year or the beginning of the next year, I should be prepared to move out. So when the agent calls me or contacts me or I contact the agent, I'm prepared. And we're going to sell responsibility. We're not going to sell the bad stuff, like you never lived on your own before, or you don't have a utility bill. We're going to say, look, this person has been preparing themselves for this time. It took time to get here, and they work so hard, they want to stay there. So that the rent, they could put 3 months down, they could put 2 months down. The credit is working on it. I've had a client, I've had clients, but this particular client, while I was talking to her on the phone, she was desperate. She wanted an apartment. She was like sending me her paperwork. Boom, while we on the phone. Shorty didn't have to see the apartment.
She wanted out.
She was just like,
I need help.
Send my paperwork around. Like she understood, like the more it's a numbers game. The more agents you're speaking to, you're selling your story, you're sending information, someone is going to come around with something. Okay. People, what I noticed that what people do, they'll call me, I get information about them, and if I don't have anything right then and there, they go ghost. So, like they don't continue the conversation. I'm like, that shows an attitude because now let's say I have something coming in 6 weeks. That would be perfect for you.
They feel like they can't wait that long.
Well, not even that long. Like I wouldn't want that personality for my landlord.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can't wait. Or okay, she's that positive in this apartment search. Nice people. People remember nice people. Like, okay, this person was nice. They gave me the information. Let me sell that personality to the landlord. Okay. A lot of people don't have that attitude.
I noticed you said
they get frustrated.
That people need to, I guess, live within their means or they need to have the basics. For some people, they don't understand what is the basic expense that you need, and if you don't live within your means, what are the basic expenses?
Well, I would say you have to be realistic. So, if it's just going to be you, you should be able to live with housemates. Right? A lot of people, I don't want to live by myself. I don't want to live with people. I don't want to, you have to climb the ladder because you're not there yet. If you came out, I have a client, she makes $120,000, 700 credit score. You know, like, she can be picky and choosy.
Yeah, she can live it on.
She can say, hey, she called me today. She was like, my budget is $3,000.
Sound like a perfect.
Not a nigga like me. Oh, no, fam. We going to put you with these two other niggas in this spot over here.
And you have to put your pride, set your ego to the side because it's a bigger, you're not going to be here forever.
Right.
You're not, you know, you have a vision. You have, like, I'm going to own my own home. I have to take the steps. You're not going to jump past all these applications that's before you because you just woke up and decided this is not going to be for me anymore. You have to work on it. And gems fall into people's laps. I've been in buildings. I put people in apartments their first time, and the landlord liked them. They liked the building, and they upgraded from a studio to a 1-bedroom. They didn't have to call me. You know, they built that rapport.
Because they can build that rapport with management.
With
they can
management,
just
where they can say, hey.
I know people like that.
That's what you need. You know, a lot of these landlords have buildings. You know, like, you may rent a room in a landlord's house, and he's probably downstairs or whatever, he's on premises. But he has friends and family members that are homeowners and building owners as well. So if you communicate, hey, I've been living here, 9 months or 2 years renting this room, I've been paid your rent on time. Can you look out for me for a 1-bedroom? You know, and that's how you get around.
Okay.
You know, well, one of the ways you get around. You know, you contact me and I help you
Gotcha.
as well. But once you're in, we just try to get you in somewhere. Once you're in, then it's up to you what you want to do. So people don't want to do rooms. It's necessary, especially if you don't have your ducks in a row. A lot of people, I feel like you have to come together, like 4 or 5 people can come to a nice house, fix it up, do a rent to own, and y'all split the mortgage, all y'all names on the deed, and you have a piece of property, you have something, to give. You don't have to be in it. You don't have to show everyone that this is what I have. Like you can have a piece of it, and that $40,000, $50,000 is appreciating. So in 10 years, you have an investment property that you have with other people that. You just want a piece of the pie, like what you were doing, but not everyone coming into a building where you have to deal with tenants. Yeah. But just, process. Because a lot of these landlords, they want to sell eventually. So how about you renting a 1-bedroom in their house, you save your money and like, hey, whenever you're ready to sell, I want to buy it. That's what my brother did.
Put me on that list. I need to be on that list.
He's very patient.
Oh, with your other friends, huh?
He was very patient.
I understand.
And,
I need that phone call like, yo, Reg, you ready?
But that came at work.
Yeah.
That comes at work.
With his other
I
friends.
need that.
I can dig it.
Nah,
we ain't nobody, but just I understand. I understand. We just I know what kind of friends we are to you. It's cool. Cool. We're good enough to work with and talk shit on the mic, but when it comes to real business, I ain't calling you nigga. I get it.
You should call him.
I get it. But you know what this episode remind me of? The episode of The Cosby Show when they had that talk about going into the real world, being regular people. That's one of my favorite episodes in the world. You had to see it. I know you saw it.
I want to watch it.
When Cliff and Theo sat down, he was like, "How much do you think regular people make?"
Oh, when he broke it down,
$250 a week. Yeah. Sit down. I love that shit.
Okay,
that's what this episode remind me of.
I mean that I don't mind working with people if it makes sense, And I think business is all about relationships. Everything that you do, you should always try to build relationships and try to stop competing with people. Because the more you could build with somebody, it's easier for you to get by. If you think you're going to compete with someone for the long term, it's going to burn you out and it's probably going to burn them out. And you're not going to really focus on what's at hand. And that's to be happy and to learn, to inspire, and to keep people motivated and to keep doing more, Yeah. So I think that's what it's all about. I know dealing with New York City, since you're the rent specialist, how you feel about people with Section 8?
People with Section 8 are just like any application.
Okay.
Let's talk about this stigma.
Why are you trying to down people on Section 8, sir?
First of all, I'm not downing anybody. I'm not downing nobody. I'm just saying.
My aunt rent was like $1 a month.
All right, I'm gonna keep it buck with you, right?
Mom went to the rent office and said, "Here's $12 for the year, baby."
That's good. She's a good woman.
Right.
But she got to understand how to play the game, too.
Oh, no, she do.
All right. There's a game to be played when it comes down to all that housing stuff.
Yeah.
But me personally, boom. Backstory. My mother, she always used to tell me she had an opportunity to do the rent-to-own thing. Mm-hmm. She would tell us when we do certain things, listen, be careful who you associate yourself with.
Yes.
Because they can seem like they have good intentions, but the results are bad. And you think they're your friend, but they're really not. So, I guess when I was born in the early 80s, like, what was it, 83, 85, 84, one of those years.
You don't know the year you was born?
No, I know what year I was born, but I don't know when she was placing the story, and she was telling to me.
Yeah.
So she's basically telling me, so she's telling me, listen, me and your dad, we could have owned a building, in the building that you were born in. But your dad was naive. She always throws the blame on him. Like he's
right.
Shout out to Dad. He's not.
Did you ever hear a story from him?
No, because he's not that kind of guy.
Oh, he just whatever she said.
He drops wisdom, but he don't drop stories unless like he's a real West Indian dude. So it's a different kind of vibration.
Nah, he's hot. Remember the time he thought your ring light was an antenna? That's my man, though, me.
So he's like, yo, she's telling us, like, yo, we had an option to rent to own. We asked a friend because he was into the game like that. He bought his uncle. 2 months later, we getting evicted because the uncle now owns the building. Snaked him on the deal, basically, right? So, but basically, from that situation, she took that L. She took it to a learning lesson. My dad got a crib. We got the crib in Brownsville or whatever. And in 97, we moved to Long Island. By moving to Long Island now, we use the first crib as a stepping stone to build income. So we took in people with Section 8, right? Took them in, and I think what our downfall is as a family, because it was all of us, even I was young, I still, it's part of our story. We didn't screen them properly. We didn't screen the people properly. We were more so like, okay, you're from the island. We were more empathetic with the people.
Oh, yes.
And we weren't like, looking at the situation as to where, and maybe even greed, because how Section 8 works, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, the more people you have, the more money you would get for that property, right? Or is it something like that?
The amount of people and how many rooms of the apartment you get tapped out.
Right. So basically, we had a house, 4-bedroom house, 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom, living room, kitchen, and a dining area, but no basement, and a decent sized backyard. 1 family house. That was a dinosaur. It was one of those people, the Nehemiah houses.
Okay.
You don't get those anymore. You don't get those 1 family, this is all me castles anymore. So they did the deal. We thought it was all good. Then the lady stopped paying. She stopped paying her part of the rent. And it caused us, to go into hardship. And eventually we had to sell the home. You know what I'm saying? So we from Long Island, okay, now my mother got another crib in Brooklyn. So we always had two homes for as long as I can remember. And now we moved in Friends. And then we had 1 tenant that was Section 8. And it was the same. Like, I think for people, in my opinion, you need a property manager, because I don't think the landlord needs to be in contact with the tenant, even if they live in the same house, in my opinion. The camaraderie, the percentage to actually communicate with that person and be friends with that person can sour the actual relationship of why you're actually there.
Yeah, of course.
And it hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because it took us as kids seeing this, grown-ups fighting, and my mom having to battle with her own cousin. My mom having to battle with her friends. And they did a lot of funny stuff as to where they'll stop paying rent, but they're running up. So it means they're running up lights. They're running up waters. They're doing all this stuff.
You got to make them hard decisions, and that's the,
and then eventually, like I said, I was there when I had to go talk to the lawyer, go to the courts. and get these people out. People renting and they're not coming out. Like, that paperwork don't mean nothing after a while. And I think in New York State or New York City, it's 30 days. If somebody comes to stay with you, they are considered a tenant.
Yeah, and you got to go to court, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that becomes a burden. Like, imagine you working all day, you come in your own house as a landlord because, you know, you giving somebody a break, and that break turns into be your Achilles heel. That's your crutch now because they're not paying for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they doing the most. They inviting people off the streets. They bringing in people. It's a free for all, and you can't say nothing to them. You know? And it kind of like, it molded me and my brothers like, you know what? That side of the family might have been too understanding or not too professional with it. And we don't take anybody or entertain anybody. Like, I'm a big proponent of the Airbnb flow or getting your money outside of New York City. You know what I'm saying? I would, in my ventures and what I'm trying to do is get a property, but the property is only to flip. I'm big on the flipping thing, or if not flipping, the Airbnb flow. Because they only there temporarily. They only coming from out of town to stay, to spend 3-4 days, and they out of there, you know? Now, out of state is a different story, and you got to know your laws, you got to do your homework. But I know for a fact, in my situation, it was tough. It turned friends into enemies. It turned family members into strangers. Yeah. And at the same time, it puts a burden on everyone in the household that's able to work. That's part of the landlord's household. Yeah. Because so now their disposable income has to go towards paying the rent if they set it up like that, you know? And it was kind of crazy.
And imagine a landlord, he's tainted. So, like, real estate, when I show apartments, I'm like, it's like dating. So, it's like dating for the client, and it's like dating for the landlord. The landlord just had two years of no rent, you know? He's trying to make that money up. He's mad as hell, and he wants what he wants. So, when I'm asking questions, what's your credit score, what's your income, and you're not answering me, you know, you're like, I don't know, or I forgot, or, you know, I don't know. You're not for him. Because it's going to be issues. He's going to look at me like, you a rookie agent? I thought I hired a broker. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to broker the deal. I'm not trying to, like, you know, and then we are the lawyers, so we have to sell both sides. We're a dual agent, you know, and we want people that's going to give us our check. You know, we're not getting emotionally tied. You know, the landlord wants this, and this, and you don't have this, and this. You can't move on to that listing. But I do have something else. You know, based on your attitude, your mannerisms, what you say, what you don't say. You know, I have something, and all I can do is present. All I can do is sell what I have today. You know, so people be like, nah, I don't want that. They're going to call another agent or, you know, and they have to go find what is looking for them. But sometimes I get people, I call them back, I got something perfect for you. And they see it, they still looking because I know most of these people have a situation. It's not like black and white. Like, you got to get the right landlord that will understand.
So who gives you the most problems, the uppities or the brokies?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because, you know, the brokies would be real professional with it, you know.
It's not.
You know, rich people be wanting what they want.
It's 50-50.
Oh, really?
You know, it is. It's 50-50 because it's all about money. So if a landlord is the cheaper apartments do come with the most headaches.
So the brokies give you the most issues.
No,
heard you.
It's the rentable listings, you know, and you know, like the one bedrooms for $1,300 because it's more Hondas than Maseratis. So you got more people wanting this, and you know, when you go and you know, like there's a lot of calling, asking questions, talking to people. That's why we're on the phone so fast because we have another call. Wanting this $1,300 apartment. I'm really working for that money. Whereas, you know, if I do $1,700 studio, it may take longer, but I'm not getting 100 calls. I'm getting like 5 a day, 3 a day.
$1,700 studio, shit, and those be the ones that's
and
not even that spacious.
I have one that I'm going to put in the system. It's on my.
Yeah, them $1,700 studios don't really be that spacious.
No, they're paying for location.
Yeah.
Talking about the system, what systems do you work with, and do you actually use to, like, I guess, find listings, and how can outside people look to find listings?
Outside people, if you're looking for an apartment, you definitely have to know your situation. You know your credit score, know how much you make.
Right.
Have your taxes taken care of. Have your paper trail of your pay stubs. Have your ID. So when you do see something or you do speak to someone, we're not waiting 2 weeks for an employment letter. We're not waiting for you to contact your tax guy who's in Barbados for the weekend. He just so happened to be away, or his assistant's sick or something like that. Like, no excuses. When you're ready, get yourself prepared.
Don't call up there with no bullshit.
Right.
Do your research. Go on Google.
We will hang up on you.
Right.
How much I need to, secure an apartment. Do your own research.
Right.
Because landlords want people that understand what's going on. Like, it's no, like, you make your money, you have to pay for cost of, to live here. Living comes first. That's it. I got to pay a mortgage, so I make sure that the heat is here. I got to do my job. You got to do yours. And they're scared of being in a situation. So they're going to price it high.
Okay.
They're going to ask for extra documents. Like, I have a 1425 one-bedroom in East Flatbush. And landlord wants a lot. And I can't knock him because he went through the ringer. He had tenants. He was a landlord-tenant court. He was back and forth. He had this. He had to listen to excuses. So now his building is paid for. He can say whatever he wants. So I'm going to put those requirements. But if you guys are looking for a 1425 one-bedroom, he's strict, but it's beautiful.
So what's some of the stipulations that people do ask? Like, landlords ask or tenants ask, what's some of the craziest things that they've asked you, and you be like, you can't be serious?
I mean, once you take your real estate course, guys, you can't discriminate, right? So people because you're servicing the neighborhood, the community, people see certain things that they want or they think it is, and they may have a preference,
right.
And you can't have a preference if you're a landlord that lives on premises. So he can say, I don't want any musicians. I don't want anyone playing music. I live here. He can discriminate.
Right.
And
that means?
Seller's market.
I know what that means. I want no niggers.
Nah, the white boys
you
play
got something
music
that
too.
be like that.
The
You
white
got
boys play
something
music
that be
too.
like that.
Don't let that acoustic guitar fool you. It gets loud.
Yes, there are people that's gonna make those.
It ain't loud at them niggas with that fucking. It ain't loud with them niggas with some
The
cheap
808.
speakers going bow 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 bow. Fuck that bitch. Bow bow bow. Fuck that click. You wanna hear that shit 2 in the morning? When niggas drinking Henny and fucking smoking that loud?
Oh, Lord. Yeah, he doesn't want to hear that, so he can discriminate. He can say what he wants.
Cause that fucking girl, them 3 kids that live on top of me, every time that bitch have a party, hey, I'll be looking at my ceiling like, bitch.
Why you don't go up there and party with her?
Bitch, I'm about to.
Why you don't go up there and party with
I'm
her?
my BB gun and bust 3 shots at that fucking door.
She go up there and party with like, hey.
Well, speaking of situations, how has it been dealing with this during this 1 year anniversary of the pandemic?
Okay, well, I really got a rest. It did slow things down, but if you're in business, you have to have a lot of faith. That what's going to be for you is going to be for you. How you're going to pay your bills is going to come. Like, you just have to be consistent and just be careful. It was a period of time where we couldn't show, now you have to get more savvy. Go out there and take the videos,
Yeah, virtual tours.
Virtual tours.
Yes,
so then,
yes, I've seen those.
Then, you have to have the mask and, like I had a client, I said, call me on FaceTime. I walked her through the building and everything. And I'm like, okay, do you like the apartment? She's like, she does like it. And she flipped the camera and she didn't even have a mask on. I'm like, so I'm glad I'm in my house while you're out there risking yourself, but, yeah, I mean, I was able to take my time, just see what's going on. We all needed a break because I think the world was just speeding up. It was just speeding up. We needed to just pause and just woosah, like prices going crazy. Now listings that were $2,000, you know, landlords are understanding. They're coming down.
That's what I
Okay,
wanted to ask you. Yeah.
I will come down. I'm like, I know you will come down.
Have you dealing with any desperate landlord? Listen, I'll take whatever. Just sell this motherfucker, please.
All right, I didn't have that one. Well, I did have a landlord that was very like desperate, you know, and it ended up biting him in his ass. So it's like you don't want to be greedy. You want to just understand everything is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. Once you're greedy or you're desperate, you're gonna get the money. You're gonna get your satisfaction right away. But then in the long term, it's gonna come back because there's no free lunch in this world. You know, and that's economics 101.
When you say it bit him in the ass, what happened?
Okay, so the tenant kind of was giving him problems with the rent.
Off rip?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, like maybe 6 months in. Still under that year contract.
Yeah, under the 1 year.
He signed with me, and he also signed with another brokerage. You know, that wasn't the agreement, you know? So he ended up having to pay that brokerage because I found the client, you know? And that cost him money. The apartment was a brand new apartment, so certain things weren't connected. So, yeah, he had to pay for that.
Damn.
Like, it's just all these things, you know.
All these variables that just tie together with it. Yeah,
and then she ended up leaving. So now you're putting your apartment that's brand new back on the market in a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sitting. And what you think you was going to get, because he went, I want $2,400 for a 2-bedroom. I'm like, pump your brakes. You will get that. Right now, $1,850. Right. You know, let's be realistic. And then they jump and get the money, but it's not consistent. As an investor, you want it to keep coming because you want to pay your credit card, you want to upgrade this, you want to upgrade that, you want to purchase a house. You need money that's coming in
that constant cash flow
all the time. Not little here and then wait 3-4 months. Right. And then you got to come down. You're losing money. So
me and Mike, we still waiting on the answer for that $3,800 that $3,800 a month house in the Bronx on Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still waiting to hear on that. Yeah. That 4-bedroom with the sky roof.
My man looking for some things. So.
I feel it.
He looking for some things over there. I got a question from a guy, one of our good friends, friend of the show, friend for life. Shout out to George Cruz. He wanted to know more so about the real estate agent test and what chapters should he focus on.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I would say focus on the first chapter, which is talking about the hours and the age of becoming a salesperson and a broker. Chapter 1 is good. The laws. You have to know the laws. Like, what year did they, put in race for the discriminatory part of the, like those type of questions. Yeah. What year did they change? Well, you can't discriminate people based on disability. You have to know those. The part of the fixture of a house, maybe you may get 1 or 2 questions with that. But, yeah, so the laws, the laws and the mortgages. Focus on the mortgages.
I feel that shit, too.
What?
Quiet as kept, yeah.
You took the test. I remember you asked me.
Is it confession
time? How many
time?
times did you take it?
I took it once. I was I know no.
You're supposed to take it again and again until my friend.
My shit ran out though, cause
you pay again and study.
What was the school that everybody was going to? Empire? Was it Empire?
I don't know. I went to a nice mom and pop. I like mom and pop, low key.
Nah, it was my fault. But I failed the test though. I was on my fresh out of college, new graduate. Fuck out of here.
Can't tell you shit.
Oh,
right,
I thought you wanted to take it. You should.
No, I never. No, I still got the book. I still got the book and all that.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I had put it on my bucket list to go back and make it right because I seen the hurt in my dad's eyes when I failed it. So I was like, all right,
you know you could do better.
Yeah, he always pulling like, my dad has the craziest ideas, and you think it's crazy, but he like sees ahead of the curve. So then when I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. So that's something I was working on, but I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Just to show that I can.
Yeah, Reg, do it. Do it, Reg.
You can hand your license in my office.
Yeah.
Fire. I don't mind working for you.
Hashtag Reg, take it again.
Let's get this money. Yeah.
Let's start it up. Yeah.
Nah, it was. I kid you not, yo. And at the time, I just graduated from college, came back home. He was like, yo, I'll pay for you to take the test. At the time, it was like $20, Empire or some shit. Empire Real Estate or some crazy shit like that. Mm-hmm. Take the test for a week. Then I'm walking in the classroom. It's something that when you graduate from college, it do something to your self-esteem where you think you could walk into any environment.
That nigga.
And
that ultimate nigga, huh?
Yeah, and that's why when it goes back to, yo, why you so humble, nigga? Because I was a cocky motherfucker, and I know it's a crazy drug.
No, but it's a time and a place for everything.
And
you 24-hour cocky.
Oh, God.
You never go full retard.
Oh,
you never go full retard, Red.
If you think you Mike Tyson, I'm Super Mike Tyson.
You never go full retard, Red. You got to turn it on and off, nigga.
Oh, no. It was no turn on and off. It was just...
That's your problem.
So I walked in there.
That's the problem with you goddamn African Americans. Y'all think y'all hot shit.
I would go in there, no studying, raw dog in the test, getting 80s, 90s. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Raw dog in the test. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, I think I went partying the night before, and you had to go to Center Street in Manhattan to take the actual state test.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what all the tests are down there. The city joints is down there, the transit joints is down there, everything.
And I took the state test thinking I'm that dude, and they sent me the letter saying you failed. And I never went back again to take the test. I still got the...
embarrassed?
I don't even know if I was embarrassed. I just think it was timings, and then it just got away from me.
Oh, you were still cocky? Man, fuck that test, man. Niggas don't...
It wasn't... I don't even know what it was, like, because the part that they didn't tell you was, okay, you could be a real estate agent, but there's levels to the shit. There's a salesperson.
Absolutely.
There's the agent, then there's the broker. And you start looking at when you start looking at the spectrum, and you start closing them deals, you be like, yo, I see, there's some niggas that's eating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I guess like, it could have been sabotage on my part, self-sabotage. Like, okay, I got to put in these much hours, and not really seeing where the money's going to come from because you put in these long hours, and you got to sell the house, and then you got to kiss ass, and then you got to do all this other stuff. And it's like, when you see the check, it makes sense, but it's like, in my mind, I'm always breaking down how many hours you got to put in to get this check. And that's what, like, where I figured time is money, and I made the wrong gamble. But it made me appreciate certain things. And that was one of the reasons how I met you.
And that's why you have to know yourself
right.
when you get into this.
Right. Because
yes.
I used to say, I'm like, yo, you doing your thing. She was like, nah, this ain't it. I remember when you took me to it was off Atlantic Avenue.
The Primerica?
I guess it was. Like the office right there from the job.
Oh, the real estate?
Yes, the real estate office right. It was right down on
Everything was right.
Yeah,
Halstead property.
Yeah, she took me right there, and I was like, okay, I see you doing your thing. And then when you told me, I was like, yo. I looked around. You was the only one that was like, this is a job. That bag is outside, and I need to get to it. And this ain't gonna be it. Me being the conservative one, like, oh no, maybe you could. She's like, nah, I'm out of here. I said, okay, you convinced, and you know what you're about? Go get it. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody missing you. No one's missing you from this job. It's still gonna be there.
It still goes on.
Exactly. And it's about happiness, and I think like that's what made me always watch you from afar. I don't speak to you all the time. I don't check in with you all the time. But I know, I was like, you know, if you come across my mind, I look at your IG and I say, okay, she's still doing her thing. And she still has a smile on her face. She ain't changing. She's just sticking to what she likes to do. And I was like, yo, that's what living life is about. You know what I'm saying? You living young, you're free, and you're empowering others, and you're empowering yourself. And what more can you ask for? I was like,
that lifestyle I want. You know, because I'm looking like, wait, I'm again. And that's what the broker who recruited me from working to the office, he's like, you're making $400 a week. Like, that's what you want to do? And I'm like, no. I mean, I'm comfortable, but no. And then he's like, come to my office. And I went to his office, and I'm like, everyone is like on the phone making deals. It was completely different from that office, you know. And he trained me that day that I came after work, and he trained me that day field training. He's like, follow me to this apartment and have an appointment. So I'm like, okay. So, and I was dressed for success. Always be dressed, right? And he showed an apartment with the client. The apartment was in demolition. Like, it was still a shell. And I'm like, you showing apartments like that? He's like, yeah, because people want this location. They can see the size. The type of clients we want can see the vision of what is going on.
That's what it's
not
all
what
about.
It is right now. Because by the time you see it right now, it's no longer yours.
Yeah.
That's how fast it goes. You know, so I'm like, okay. Then he sat down. He went through Craigslist training. You know, like, okay, this is how you advertise. And I stayed there until 10 o'clock that night. The next day, went to work, studied my notes, you know, and Sunday, I got a deal. I was like, $1,600? What? I mean, I have to switch, but that was the potential, you know. I brought my client. I'm like, I got a deal. It's on a Sunday. I go to the office. The office is closed. It's shut down, you know, because you have agents all over, and I'm new. I just started on Wednesday. They don't really know that I have appointments. I'm still getting used to people's names and things like that. So I'm like, damn, if I can make $1,600 on my first week, what else can I do, right? So then the next week I did a double commission $2,100 deal. I'm like, this system is working.
You like, this is sweet, and your adrenaline just kept
Right?
going from
I'm
there,
like,
right?
oh,
Where the next
okay.
one at? Where the next one at?
Well, I'm still working. So then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right, I'm getting out of this because now I'm losing deals. I see myself losing money while sitting here working. Like, oh my gosh, like this phone call, he said he's in the area right now, but I can't show until 6 o'clock this evening. Like, another agent can get him. So I'm like, okay, bye working. I'm going to do this full time. I was a top agent, brought in like 11 deals that month. And, you know, I treated that office like it was my office. I was the first one in, last one out. The broker gave me the key to the office. I opened up the office. I trained. I did more stuff on my downtime. You know, I didn't just go to training and go home. Like, I stayed there. I trained new people. I donated a computer. Like, you know, I made it like, this is what I want to do. Like, I was working all the time. And then now I paid my dues. I got an office. I have a couple of agents under me. You know,
got your own office, huh?
I have my office. I'm able to travel. I just came back from, you know, traveling. And I love this lifestyle. It's still a lot of work, you know, but it's not as much. But, you know, I'm looking for that person that's going to...
Not going to hold you.
Ray, you got to get an office. We got to look like the real thing. We don't look like the real thing.
Not going to hold you, though. That job that me and her came from.
Well, what was it? Y'all keep being all secretive about it.
I don't know if he wanted to talk about it.
I always talk about the job.
Work that Malcolm Chop Shop? What the fuck y'all was at?
I told you I used to put food in people's mouths.
Yes, we working for the food stamp office.
Yeah.
Oh, yo,
Yeah.
fan.
So the food stamps. So
Oh, you did tell me that. You did
Yeah.
tell me that. You
Yeah.
did tell me you was doing
the
the food
SNAP
stamp thing.
office.
Yeah. Whatever they want to call
Food in
it.
people's
EBT.
mouths.
Yeah.
Now you feed the needy. That job make you feel good, didn't it?
Nah.
You talk about it like you did, like
The
it
job
did.
was cool.
It was a cool. It opened your eyes because you met a lot of people. Like when I was there, I met during the I came from the banking industry, so I was in banking, and from banking, retail banking. Don't get it twisted. I could sell it like I was the big shit, but nah, it was retail banking. So I came from retail banking, and then that got that job. Parlayed it where I became the supervisor. So I was running the whole floor of people. About basically, at sometimes I was running the whole shit by myself. At sometimes, and you come across different personalities. You come across different people that's in need, and you also come across people that been humbled also. The housing crisis, it was different crises at the time that we were going through, the recession and stuff like that. So you seen all that stuff. And I seen everything on both sides of the spectrum. So I understood, just like herself, she had passion and ambition. And even though the job used to be taxing, she would always have a smile on her face. She would always be upbeat, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I seen the results of people that come in like you, and I talked to the other side of the people that's the end result. Like you come in like a hot flame, and you leaving like a fucking smoke dud, like a fucking charcoal burnt out. So I seen that, and I was like, yo, after 2 times you told somebody no, and they saying no, they going with it, their mind is convinced. They ain't gonna take no, like they got a plan, and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud you, just like how I applaud brother Norm. You know what I'm saying? Our good brother that say, yo, fuck it.
Yeah, shout out to No.
I put in my time, I'm out. Shout out to Mike Regular. He do his time. He out like
Mike D also. Shout
yeah,
out to
Mike
our
D
JT
also.
brothers,
Like
Mike D, No,
yeah,
sponsor Mike.
the whole dream
that
team.
took that leap of faith and, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, went out on their own, and it's working for them.
Yeah.
It's working for them.
So when people take that kind of leap, you gotta acknowledge them and show them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I that's probably one of the reasons why we created this platform, to show people like everyday people can make it. They choose their own destiny. They're not waiting for something to be handed out to them and be given to them. They're gonna grab it by the horns and they're gonna control their own destiny. And I think that's what she did. And I was like, yo, that's dope. Like, cause at the time I had, like I said, I was dealing with all that while working with her. I was dealing with the other side, the court shit, all of the other shit. So I had to put my dreams on hold because I'm dealing with real shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with a house, you know what I'm saying, that's in my name. So I gotta fight with the tenants. I gotta come home. I gotta deal with an ungrateful bitch at the time. Shout out to you. I spoke to you this week. You know the vibes. Like all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta deal with motherfuckers that's coming out. I gotta deal with niggas I'm fighting with on the corner because you close with them. They in my crib, but you the ops. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different kind of vibe. And because you living there, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta go through the law, go through the proper situations. So I can't flex on you like I want to.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You will get arrested and jailed.
Right. Because at the end of the day, you responsible. This is your responsibility. You made a bad step. And because you made a bad step, whatever powers that you believe in is showing you this is the ramifications of your actions. You got to deal with it. You got to come back and be smarter and look for the warning signs early in the game.
Yeah, and you have, hire an agent. We know how to screen to perfection.
I love that shit when a motherfucker pull up to the crib and they look at you and they be like, yo, I just live here. Me too. Knowing that you the fucking owner. Like, I pay rent to them too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta play those games with people. Some people think it's not necessary, but it is necessary. Because sometimes we are just kind-natured at heart. And we don't have that cutthroat mentality, or we're not built like that because we see people for what we want to see them as, the good in them. You know what I'm saying? And that was the downfall that we learned from our parents. You know what I'm saying? So now moving forward, you talk to this person because you're going to treat them like you don't know them. And sometimes when you're doing business with people, you got to treat them like you don't know them, and they're going to give you the best of them. You know what I'm saying? So...
Yeah. So landlords definitely hire agents, and the agent, we all get the questions, and I will talk to the landlord about that, or, get as much information. The landlord's job is to buy more properties, make sure the place is in tip-top. He has his own stuff to deal with, and, his own responsibilities. That all he has to do is see that money in his bank account, right? That's it. And he doesn't want to talk to you. He doesn't want to have to talk to you. You have garbage cans out there. You know where to put the money. Zelda pays the payment. There's no conversation. If there's a leak, there's somebody in place for that, and that's it. This is the business. But a lot of people do fall on hard times. They do lose jobs. They're not prepared for, financially for things to happen unexpectedly. But still, this is an indicator of your credit score. The higher the credit score, the more likely, no matter what, you're going to find that money to get that rent. So this is why if a landlord's putting $20,000, $30,000 into an apartment to make it in tip-top shape, he needs his money every month because he just put all this money in. So he doesn't need someone that is going to pay on the 15th or pay on the 10th. Like, he needs that first every month. And a lot of that's coming from the 700 credit score clients. Right? They're just showing that's what they can do. They understand, I borrowed this, I use this, I'm going to pay it on, you want on the first? It's going to be on the first. Sometimes it's going to be on like the 25th or the 26th. So it can fall on the first. We don't have that issue with, that up 700 credit score clients. Right? Now when you get lower to like 650, you may have those questions. It's not, they will pay, but it won't be on that,
Right.
So if you're an investor and you know that you just did a kitchen for $20,000, and you need to pay that money back, you need someone that's gonna pay like that.
Right. You gotta
Now,
get it
if you
back.
have a new landlord who's just working with you, like, or they know they didn't put no work into the apartment, or something happened, you know, their apartment is in a bad neighborhood, you know, they can probably work with you because, hey, I'm not presenting the best that I can have. So, you know, I will match clients to that.
Let me ask you a question. You ever dealt with racism or seen the effects of the whole redlining thing?
Racism, people say things because they don't know.
Okay.
You know, like, people would say certain things and they're like, oh shoot, did I say that out loud? You know, like, and I'm like, you did say that out loud. What do you know?
Wow, for real?
Yes, but that's just the world because people have been living in their own bubble.
Right.
You know, like, I've had a guy walk past. I don't know if I should tell the story, but I can.
Tell it. You here.
He was walking past. We was on Rogers. So that's close to Prospect Park. Showing him and his lady an apartment. We have to walk from one building to the next building. And, you know, we was crossing a beauty salon. And, you know, kids are by the beauty salon because their mom's getting their hair done or whatever. So kids just rushed out. They just was playing tag or whatever out of the salon. And he was like, oh, my gosh, I feel like I'm in Africa. I'm like, what? I didn't say anything.
He's white?
He wasn't African American.
He was big white.
He's white.
Okay.
If he ain't black, he white.
Big
He
white.
wasn't African American. Okay, and I was just like,
Shout out to you protecting your brand. You ain't giving nothing up.
Nah, because I be saying that
ain't
shit.
catching me out here.
I be saying that shit to Dominicans at my job. they got the car wash across the street. Oh, there they go playing that get through get shit. They always asking me, did I turn up the heat? I said, what is this, some fucking black shit with you?
Oh,
Why the fuck y'all
God.
always asking me that?
Yeah.
Because it's hot in Africa? You think I want to hide at work?
And his girlfriend was just like,
What color was the girlfriend?
Same.
You see, you're doing
Same.
assuming. I'm just saying
Same.
they were not African American.
That's why I be doing my.
They probably had
A drop.
It was.
I'll be doing my Eddie Murphy delirious shit.
I don't know.
That's your bag? Yeah, that's my fucking bag. What's the matter, motherfucker? Black man can have a suitcase?
Oh, God.
What the hell is his problem?
Get it.
Yeah, so that was just, and I'm just like, you just don't, you know, that's what you see, or, you know, like, they weren't, like, it wasn't towards me. I didn't feel like it was to me. It was towards based on what you saw.
What they saw,
Right.
Yeah, like, and that's what a lot of, you know, terminologies come from, like, from what their reality.
Oh my
you know,
God.
so you
It's like
can't
I'm
take
in
it
Africa?
personal.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just...
Okay,
but I'm an Asian. I'm from the neighborhood. I work here. I live here. I went to school here. You know, I feel safe, you know, and you change your neighborhood. Like, okay, that's what you believe or that's what you've seen. This is not what we are.
Right.
You know, I'm educated. I'm working. I'm helping you find a place. I'm showing you that this place is, you can live here and start a family here. And, you know, like, it doesn't have to be separated.
right. We're bigger
You know?
than that.
Yeah, we can come together and just
Make it work.
be happy.
Okay.
Or just do what we have to do in order to, you know, survive. So that's it.
Dulce, you have any? How do you feel?
Feel about what?
The real estate for dummies course.
No, I learned a lot. I did. I learned.
Relationships,
I learned a lot.
relationships. Be nice to your agent.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I learned what the brokies can do and what the brokies can't do. That's the most important thing.
Oh my gosh. There are so many nice places people turn down because they don't see they're living for right now. You know.
Do you have access to other dead spots like, let's say, Long Island, other five boroughs?
I'm licensed for the state of New York. I'm not licensed in Jersey. I'm licensed in Delaware. You learn that in your course as well when you take the test.
You're really trying to get me back in that game? I think
You
I'm
know
going to do
where
it, though.
you're
I think I'm going to do
Georgia.
it.
So, you know, Georgia and Florida.
Oh, Georgia is like a big pussy waiting to be fucked. They looking for Georgia right now.
Georgia's a hot spot like a motherfucker.
Yes, it is. I asked somebody the other day, like, yo, because I think I like undeveloped muscle. So I like spots that people, turn their eye to or think it's trash. I could see the potential in it. I could build it up. I'm also a visionary. I could see dirt and I could say, I could turn that dirt into gold.
And that's the mindset you have to have.
Okay.
You're going to get what you want.
Yeah.
All right, what's your last words? We got to get out of here. What's your last words, good brother?
Follow your dreams. That's it.
Nigga, take the test more than once. That should be your fucking last word.
Go take the test.
Yeah.
And just be
Everybody
like,
go to Reg Instagram at RegBCO and tell them take that test, man. Everybody DM them, take that test.
Yeah.
What's your last words? Because we do a last words segment, but I guess Juice jumped the gun a little bit. But
what's your jump the gun by asking you what's your last words?
I always close it off, but the guest gotta go first. But I understand.
You know I always close it off.
Well,
I'm the closer. Call me Mariano Rivera.
Nigga, now you got 600 saves?
Yes, I do.
I can break down his resume. You got everything on that resume. You Mariano, huh?
Yes, I am.
Now, I know another closer you are. I ain't gonna say his name though. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your last word.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay. Know yourself, work hard, understand that it's a lifestyle, it's go for your dreams, become an entrepreneur, find something within yourself and just go for it. You'll be surprised. You learn about yourself, you learn about friends and family, and you'll make money while doing it and, be able to travel and be motivated and inspire others.
Where can we find you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Karis_Erica. I sometimes change it to Belfon Realty just to, my clients change. My audience change after a while. So
you need that business page then. What's up?
That is my business page, but my business page is like my personal page because I want to sell the lifestyle.
Gotcha.
It's not all work.
Yeah.
You have to travel.
Right.
You have to go to nightclubs.
Right.
You have to do what your community is doing.
So when you doing that Zumba class again?
When outside opens up.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Oh, so Karis Erica on Instagram. I have a Facebook, Belfon Realty and Karis Belfon. I'm on Street Easy. Well, if you put my number in, you'll see everything about me. So, or my name. So,
okay.
Yeah, you can find me. And you can find me, just word of mouth.
Word of mouth. There you go.
Yes.
And Deuce, that's your last words? Take the test more than once?
If I had to have last words, be like, oh, you brokies get roommates. Y'all know y'all ain't got it. You broke niggas get roommates. Y'all ain't got it. Come on now.
And there's some nice houses
live within your means.
It's really nice. And
live within your means.
You get your name. You put your name. Get a lease. Your own agreement. So the landlord, when you're ready to move out, can say, "Hey, someone trusted you to write a lease.
Yeah.
And you've been paying.
Okay.
And you've been consistent. You can work with others. An apartment building is just a bigger roommate situation.
And don't get the smallest house in the room, Kings. Don't let them.
Get the smallest.
Don't let your friends.
I always got the smallest.
Don't let your friends dupe you into getting the smallest room in the house.
I'm Reg B. That's Deuce Dumb. That's Erica
guys.
Belfon. This is the
$40.
Everyday Life Podcast. Appreciate y'all. Peace.